Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on YouTube. Today I'm working with the gorgeous Shimmerz February Color Kitz. Oh my goodness, this kit is so beautiful. I have a full unboxing video, so I'll leave that link down below in the description box in case you haven't seen it. Alright, so to start today's project, I have a piece of mixed media cardstock. This is from scrapbook.com. And I've pulled out a stencil from my stash, and I'm adding on some modeling paste. So this stencil has some little bitty hearts, and so my idea is to go ahead and put the modeling paste on here, and then I want to pull in some of my paints from the color kits, and it'll leave just a little hint of white hearts peeking through, but the majority, since I'm using this mixed media cardstock, will be colored with some of the paints. So let me just go ahead and finish up the distress paste here, or modeling paste rather. There we go. And then I will set this aside to dry, and then we'll bring in the gorgeous paints that came in the kit this month. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is pull in my paints. And I do want to mention while I'm painting that if you add my name, Melissa Minor, to the notes section of your order, then Shimmerz will send you a free paint. And you can add my name to each order that you place, and that will really help you build up your paint supply because they'll send you a free paint on each order that you add my name to. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that, and that lets Shimmerz know that I referred you. All right, so I am using the paints that came in the kit. So this first one that I'm using here is Hot Mama, and that is a Creameez. And what I've done is I've spritzed it with a little bit of water to activate it. Then I was using my paintbrush, and at first I was using a piece of plastic there to just smoosh it down onto the paper. And I'm doing that here, but then I decide that I'm just going to dip my paintbrush into the color and get more color all over. So I set the Hot Mama color aside, and now I want to bring in some of the sprays. There are so many pretty sprays in the kit this month. So there's the Gladiola Vibez, there's the Cardinal Color Splash, and then there's the Pretty In Pink-Coloringz. So all of those are the sprays. And so I'm using a mixture, a variety of each of those sprays, and I'm adding them on to my cardstock here. And like I said, it is a mixed media cardstock, so it's not going to just absorb into the paper. With using the mixed media cardstock, it allows the water and the paint to move around. So I'm getting good coverage on this sheet, and I have kind of a diagonal there going with my texture paste that I added. A lot of this is going to be covered up, so you're only going to see bits and pieces, but I'm loving the way that all of this color is looking on this sheet. Now I'm adding some splatters, so I'm going to go back in each of the colors that I've added to the cardstock, and I'm going to dip my paintbrush in some water and into the paint, and then add splatters. So I'm doing the same thing here with this next paint, and making sure that I mix the colors all around. I want lots of that deep pink showing through on the layout. So I think that looks pretty good, and then I will set this aside to dry, and we'll start working on the rest of the layout. Okay, so that looks good. So now that's set aside to dry, and now I'm bringing in a cut file. So I just went into Design Space, and I picked out a border. And so I'm going to add that here onto a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. So I have a black scalloped border that I'm going to add. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of tacky glue. I like using wet glue anytime I use mixed media because that's going to give it a good strong hold. So I went ahead and put some tacky glue on there. I'm going to glue this border down all around. And now I'm going to bring back in my mixed media cardstock, and I'm going to get this glued down. So I will glue this down off camera. I am going to pop this up on some foam. So I'm going to take some foam and place foam all around the edges. Now I'm bringing in an XOXO cut file. This is from Pear Tree Cut Files, and I've used some of the pattern paper in the color kits. I love the little lips pattern paper, so I decided to use that for all of my cut files. So for the X and the O, and I'm a person who loves lipstick. I mean, I love lipstick. So as soon as I wake up in the morning, I put lipstick on. I work from home. What do you think I do before I go to my computer? I put lipstick on. So no matter what, I could be even in my pajamas, I have lipstick on. I love lipstick. And so when I saw the cute pattern paper with all the lips on it, I just couldn't resist to use it because it is so me. So I'm going to go ahead and get my X's and O's on here. Now I did use a contour feature on the X and O, the black piece, and that was to give me just a black shadow outline. Because I wanted to use such a light pattern paper, I thought the black behind it really made the cut file stand out. And I really wanted the lip pattern paper to stand out. Now I have this overlay. This is part of the cut file, and I thought I was going to use it, but if I was going to use it, I really should have put the X and the O, the lip paper, through that piece. And since I didn't, I'm not going to use it. I did notice that this X might be upside down. I didn't think it was centered very well on this black, so I'm just going to lift that up and get that added back down. So I'm going to add a little bit more glue here and get that glued down. And I think that looks super cute. I love the way this looks. At first, I thought about maybe putting a picture into the O's, but then I only have one photo and I wanted more of that pattern paper to show, so I'm not going to add my photo in there, although you could. I think that's a great idea. So I'm going to add the cut file here to my mixed media cardstock. So I'm going to use liquid glue because if you just use a tape runner, that's only going to be temporary. We want this to stay glued down. So I'm going to put lots of glue on here. And I said before that I had put some foam tape on the back of that mixed media page, but I don't think I've done that at this point. But just know that when I glue it down to my base, I do have foam taped behind it. Okay, here's the photo that I want to scrapbook. And this is a picture of me and my boyfriend Dale. And this was actually from October, but it really doesn't matter. I love him. And so I thought that this would be perfect for a Valentine layout, just to show our love. And we were in Florida for my brother's wedding. And we were actually sitting outside the pool, which you can't really tell. We were dressed up. This was before, let's see, this was right before his rehearsal dinner. Or maybe it was after. But the food was, you know, outside by the pool and stuff. So we snapped a photo. And I like this photo of us. And I hadn't really scrapbooked it. I didn't know where it would really fit in my scrapbook. So I thought this was perfect. I love so many pieces of the ephemera in this kit. Dale loves playing cards. And so I really want to use this little playing card ephemera. It says, luckiest girl in the world. And so I thought that was perfect. And I really, really like that. So I think I want to stick it up here above the photo. And then I just want to continue embellishing around the page. I like some of these flowers, so I might pull some of those in. I'm still just looking through the ephemera, trying to pick out the pieces that I want to use. I really like this balloon. These balloons say too cute, love bug, cutie, and darling. So I think that would look really cute on some foam tape, just kind of framing in my photo. So I want to set that to the side because I do think I want to use that. And I think I want to bring in some of these hearts. So I'm going to pull out a few of those hearts. And then since I used XOXO, I thought that would be perfect. So I'm going to add that below my photo. Now I will go back in and glue these items down. And I will bring in some foam tape for the balloons and the XOXO. Here's another heart. So I'm just going to pull kind of the ephemera bits and pieces that I think I want to use. I like this heart a lot, so I think I want to use it. And so I'll just set some of these aside that I think I want to use. But there's so many great pieces of ephemera in the kit this month. So a little bit about Shimmerz Paints. You can get the color kits, which includes the paper, the ephemera, the dots, and the paint. Or you can just get the like the paint. You can just get the paper. There's so many different options. So I encourage you to check out the Shimmerz Paints website and take a look at the color kits and the different options. So that way you can get a kit yourself. So off camera, I did glue down most of the ephemera here. So you can see I glued down 3 hearts above my photo. I got the luckiest girl in the world, the balloons, and then in the lower left by the bottom X, I made just another little cluster just to draw your eye down there. So I added a floral ephemera and a heart, and now I'm using the bonus bundle. So that's another option on the website. The bonus bundle includes these adorable sequins, and then it also comes with a paint. This month it came with the Shimmerz Silver Bells, which I didn't use on this layout, but it's a beautiful color. You'll have to check out my unboxing to see all the items that come in the kit. So I'm just going to add a few sequins on here. So I'll put 3 over here to the right, 3 to that bottom left, and then I'll put 3 down here by the XOXO. And that is going to finish up today's layout. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I will have a link to, I encourage you to check out the Shimmerz blog where I'll have step-by-steps. If you don't already follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me on those platforms as well. All right, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.